Hello everyone, welcome to Ellen Keister, the World Talk Show. I'm your host, Ellen Keister. Today, I will be chatting with a multi-talented individual who wears many hats. She is the CEO of Emerica Homes, managing partner of Shangri-La, chairman of Sacco Insurance, director of Bloom Bank, and a former chairman of the board of directors, UBA Sierra Leone. Not to mention, she's also a dedicated philanthropist and the founder of Emerica's Mission. Stay tuned, because I'll be right back after this commercial break.
Let's watch the Real Talk with Eileen TV show. By our very own daughter of Sierra Leone, Eileen Keister.
Welcome back to Ellen Keister, the Real Talk Show. With me, it's the beautiful Emerica Karefa Kargbo right here in the studio. Welcome, Emerica. Welcome.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
She's my birthday mate, by the way.
That's right, Virgos.
Yeah, Virgos, we rock.
Virgos in the house.
And you already the intro. She's doing so much. Power woman. I mean, kudos to everything. Even me, while I read you by, I was like, damn. You know what I mean? I was like, whoa. So I want to go to that. How are you able to do all of these things? Imagine, I'll tell you about Shangri-La. Yeah, Shangri-La at the beach. Managing partner. Former, board chairman for UBA and I did Bloom Bank. I rep the UBA bogus. So there's so much. Of course, the biggest thing she's doing is Emerica Homes with our real estate. We'll get to that. But how you begin to do all the things you're so small, say you don't achieve so much?
Well, I guess first and foremost, I would say I give God the glory,
right,
and thank Him for everything, for His guidance and wisdom. Okay. It hasn't been easy, but one of the things I try to make sure I do things I love doing.
Okay.
So everything around me, all my businesses, my philanthropies, everything revolves around things I like. So it doesn't feel like work. It makes it easier.
Wow. So, of course, banking, that's what money is. That's something
banking is money.
So you just woke up one day and like, okay, you know what? I like buildings or whatnot. I want to see people in beautiful homes. Let me do Emerica Homes. Something like that?
Well, something like that. One, I love helping people. So okay. Emerica Homes was part of that. It's tailored around helping people. I live in America. An immigrant myself in America, and I see how our people struggle in America to achieve the American dream. A lot of people don't even know they can buy houses. They can't even dream it. So from helping people, I realized, I could do so much for them. Okay. Showing them how to buy their homes to start with. And outside of buying your homes, which most people think, well, once I own my home, I've done it. No. It's a money-making machinery. Okay. You can invest. It's the safest investment in U.S. history. It beats the stock market. It beats everything else. So I'm there trying to help my people to see this is the way you can build generational wealth for your people. Okay. So, yeah.
Cool. We'll really go more into that because I'm sure people want to know. But let me start with Shangri-La Entertainment. Okay. You see how it is, right? It's like entertainment, and then, real estate, and then the bank. You feel me? You give me points? Yeah. So I know you say, you're doing things that you love. So as far as the entertainment, I know Shangri-La, when you guys opened it first, you guys were doing a lot of different events and everything else. But then after a while, the restaurant wasn't really running. So what's going on with that? What's going on with Shangri-La?
Well, Shangri-La, actually, when we're moving back to Sierra Leone, my husband and my kids, I wanted something to do while I was here. So the idea came up to build the space on the beach and have a beautiful restaurant and an event center. Right. I flew in my chef from the U.S., which was a Sierra Leonean, and we brought everything in. It was good. It was successful. Then Ebola happened. Okay. And I had to go back with my kids to the U.S., and you know how it is. The business doesn't run the way you want when you yourself are not there.
Right.
So even though it was running, it wasn't to my satisfaction, the standards I wanted to maintain. So that was when I closed the restaurant, and we went strictly to event center. We still host events. We do weddings, conferences, workshops, seminars.
Okay.
All the above. It's there. People can rent it whenever they want.
Okay, so the restaurant is not open, but
No,
you
the
can rent
restaurant
it
is
for
not.
your, you know, if you want to party. Because I've been there for a couple of events.
Yes.
So it's not just her personal people.
No.
Others can rent it as well. So that's with Shangri-La.
right.
And then I know, of course, let's talk about the bank a little bit because, like I said, she's a pot woman. You know, she was part of, I mean, UBA and now Bloom Bank. How you come on UBA?
Well, I'll always be part of UBA. They gave me the chance when I always say it's funny. I always say it's like my Nigerian family.
Okay.
See the worth and value I can bring. Somehow, all the companies that I represent in Sierra Leone are Nigerian companies. So UBA I'll always be part of because I started as director of the bank, then grew into being chairman of the bank. Therefore, it's a total of 6 years.
Okay.
The banking rules in Sierra Leone say you can't be in any board for more than 6 years. So that was the only reason I had to leave UBA. But they'll always be part of me.
Okay, sure, definitely. I wish, there's a way you can be a part of it as well because, I'm part of the family now. But at some point in your life, I think you had a life-threatening, Right. So, I mean, you see her here, but there was some point where she had to do some emergency surgery where you had, was it a brain tumor that you had?
I've had a fair share of some, yeah.
My point of bringing it up is more so the strength, not giving up, and of course God, because some people go through it and they don't survive. But look at you, looking beautiful and still thriving and excelling. How was that experience? Like, when did you find out and everything else that happened with it?
Well, the brain tumor, I just had headaches. And of course, when I went to see the doctor, then they said, it was just stress. It's just stress. Someone at your age doesn't have brain tumors. This was actually about 22 years ago. I just had my daughter. So they said it was stress. Long story short, it wasn't stress. I had to undergo 3 brain surgeries.
Wow.
And yes, it was a tough time for my family. My family will forgive me. I always give them tough times. Because a few years ago also, I had inoperable tumor was what they said. I'm sure that's the one you referred to because that's closer in the past few years. And I traveled the world with my husband from Johns Hopkins to different hospitals around the world, and they said they couldn't do it. But hey, there's nothing impossible with God. He did it, and here I am today stronger than ever. My faith is stronger because when some of those things hit you, I mean, if you believe in God, then you're going to pull through. So for anyone going through stuff out there, don't give up. Keep praying. Believe. Have your friends, your family.
Right.
Helen, I could never have gone through any of those
if you didn't have that.
If I didn't have the strength of my family, my husband, my kids, my friends. Sisterhood is a great thing.
Yes. Yeah.
Sisterhood is a great thing. My friends, I treasure them. Both surgeries, every time the doctors at the hospital had to come and ask, who is the person having surgery? Is she a celebrity? For one of them, I had about 50 people in the waiting room praying and waiting for a 9-hour surgery.
Wow.
The same one again, I had about 20, 30 people waiting. So knowing they were all out there brought out the strength in me to fight. Yeah.
Yep, we all need that support system. Don't go anywhere because I'll be right back after this commercial break.
It's a brand new song for our customers. Where they bank with us all over the universe. Thank you for your love and your concern. That's why we show special concern.
As we dey observe the Lent season and the holy month of Ramadan, UBA don't come back with Easter Ramadan promotion for put smile na una face. UBA go give you packet rest, oil, key holder, pen, and band with other fine UBA tin them when you go collect money we then send for you through Africash, Western Union, RIA, BNB, and MoneyGram na any UBA branch around the country. This promotion they start from now sotey April 30, 2024. If you want know more, call we now we customer fulfillment center line we na 078-200-200. You can also check now with social media handle them now Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and LinkedIn. Just type at UBA Sierra Leone. Make God answer all we prayer and supplication them. It's UBA, Africa's Global Bank.
Welcome back to Ellen Keister, the World Talk Show. If you just walked in, I have Mrs. Emerica Karefa Kargbo here with me. Nanga Shangri-La. I've been telling now, still the beef for this week. I'm all you being good bloom back, but it's saying time done. Okay, welcome back. Coming to think of it, I mean, like, I realize, with you, normally when I'm here, when I talk about women, or people ask me, even interviews, they always say, how you able for manage with the man them and everything else. And I always tell them, as I see the table, now bring me chair, I can't sit there with the man them.
Thank you.
You know what I mean? So with you, that's what I see, with all the different boards that you're part of. I mean, with like, your new, I don't want to call the name, but your new book bag, you've been, I'm not sure if you're the only woman, but how does it feel dealing with the men and the directors of the board and everything else? Because I know you're one of them, right?
Yes,
definitely.
Yeah, I'm a director at Bloombank, and it's amazing the team we have together. It's an amazing team. Most of them were people before from UBA that went, yes, that are in Bloombank. But it's a good feel. In Bloombank, I'm not the only woman. The chairman is a lady, which I'm excited for, yes. And so I'm the other female on the board. Unlike UBA, I was the chairman of the bank and the only woman on the board of directors. Like you said, I bring my chair and sit at the table. Right. If you want to eat with the big boys, you have to play with the big boys.
Right, that's what you're doing.
Because when they're in those rooms, they don't think about us. They don't think about the women. You have to come out and show them what you're made of. You have to show them you're capable of holding these positions.
Right.
You have to show them 10 times more than the men. We have to show them what we can bring if we're accepted at the table. So that's it.
And you're definitely pushing and thriving, represent the women. Yeah. I mean, she's doing a lot. Now I want to talk about the philanthropy side of you. So it's like you work, but then you support, you help, which is really important. It's like you're giving back. And that's how you created Emerica's Mission. Can you tell me a little bit about Emerica's Mission?
Emerica's Mission is a small NGO. Mostly what I do for now is support underprivileged kids. We chose a few orphanages and we make sure we support them, we sponsor them. Especially one of the big things around Christmas, we do something I copied from my church in America. It's like a Christmas tree. You put your name with what gifts you would like. And I realized the kids at the orphanage, mostly people give them what they feel like giving them. But I took it to another level where I ask them, we do like a tree for them, and everybody puts what they want into the tree. Then I take it out there. I don't buy the gifts all by myself. No, I reach out to my friends, to my circle, and say, just choose one child and give a gift for Christmas. And it's been amazing. It's been amazing so far.
Yeah, I think that, with everything that's happening in the country, everybody needs help, and you have support. Like you said, you're not the only one, doing it. So God bless whoever is also supporting as well. So not only about the orphanages, I noticed you're also a part of Zamar, if I'm pronouncing it right, Institute Board of Directors. And what they do is they provide care and services to children with autism and learning disabilities. How did you
I've been on the board of Zamar Institute since inception. It's been in Abuja, Nigeria for 20 years. One of my girlfriends started the organization then when no one talks about autism or kids with disabilities. So I was excited to join her. The school is still there. I'm on the board of directors, and we help support.
Okay, cool. Because even here I notice, people are starting to really push and have people understand what autism is. Are you part of any of the institutions here?
None of the ones here, but when they did the rally, I think in February or January, I was here. I went there, I supported, I spent the whole day out there because I believe it was an amazing cause. So it was good to be part of it.
Okay, cool. Because we want for Brie, you come back home. Because you're on the Nigerian side.
Like
Are you
Nigerian, they see the good in me. The Nigerians
are you anyway connected to being a Nigerian? How did you just roll with all these Nigerians? But sometimes that's what I say. It's always the foreigners that see the good in what we do.
Yes,
Sometimes I think because we're mingle and cool with everyone, they take us for granted.
Yes,
it's
that's
always that one
exactly
person
it.
out that sees you and be like,
can you
an
imagine?
asset.
I've been chairman of UBA. I'm a director at Starco. I'm a director at Bloombank, chairman of Starco Insurance. And I haven't represented one Sierra Leone company that's not my company or my husband's company. So I go with the people who love me and show me love.
I understand. You just mentioned Starco. I didn't ever bring that up. Starco Insurance.
Starco Insurance, yeah.
Again, yeah. So you still a part of it, or?
I've been on the board of Starco for 10 years, so it's the end of my term at Starco now. It's been good. It's been a good ride. I've met amazing people, good friends. Starco, even though a Nigerian company, I take it back, as Sierra Leonean, and my friend late Henry brought me to the board of Starco. It's been 10 years. We're number one insurance company out there. So, my time has ended. Someone else is going to take the seat.
Over.
Yeah.
For me, what that shows is you've been at it for years because you're like, the end of the term for one institution and then another.
Another one
so
comes
you've been
up.
rolling, another one comes up.
Yeah.
Right. Keep going. We all watch you. We all be like you. Like, okay. So what are you doing right now, and what's important to you and I? Because I want to know as well is about, Emerica Homes. I brought that up in the beginning, but of course I want to take time and really go into it. Because what you were saying is you wanted people to know they can, they can buy houses and is a money machinery, like you mentioned earlier. So for me, when I was living in America, for example, because you do have license to operate in all the countries. Different countries. So not just America. But right now she's based in America. So let's talk about America.
I just did my first Dubai transaction last week, so.
Are you cashing out right now?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. But more so America, especially the Africans. Let me speak for my Sierra Leonean people. A lot of people think, it's a waste of time, especially buying, homes in America. Because they get this thing for, say, you not officially own them for years because your mortgage is high, that's one. And two, it's for like 30 more years. But when you talk earlier, you talk about, say, like the investing, money machinery. Explain to us, for somebody like us that doesn't really understand, or even somebody who's watching, where sometimes somebody don't pull in hats for say, nobody also, then your apartments, they this, they that. I mean, can you really just tell us how it works?
Yeah, sure. I do hear that too sometimes, and it's funny because you have to stay somewhere.
Right.
If you're not paying your mortgage, you're paying someone else's mortgage. So which one would you rather do, is what I ask people. Wherever you're staying, you're paying somebody's mortgage. You can be paying your own mortgage. Whatever you can afford, we tailor it, we find something that's convenient for you. Every month you pay your rent, whether or not you own or not to you own. But if you buy yours, you did it 2 years, 3 years, 5 years. Part of what you're paying goes to interest, yes, but the other half goes towards your principal. So even if a 50-year mortgage you pay, you bill appreciation as you go. We all know houses you bought 5 years ago, people are walking away with $100,000 in appreciation right now. Oh, so even if you decide, say, I'm not staying at the house for long, whatever appreciates in the house, it's yours. When you pay somebody else a mortgage, you pay in your mortgage, you get in appreciation and they get away sell. The tax breaks are all theirs. Well, all these are the opportunities we miss when we don't own our own.
Let's hold on the opportunities. I'll be right back after this commercial break.
Doro World Traveler, how is your Miami vacation going?
Fine, babe. I'll be back next week and I've bought you a lot of things.
Well, I hope the designer bag you promised is included. No excuse this time.
That expensive bag? Babe, I am now in Malaysia.
UBA cards work from Moscow to Malaysia, from Malaysia to Miami. Bros, you can't escape this time.
Babe, are you there? I can't hear you again, oh. Your line is breaking. Hello? Hello?
Wherever you travel in the world, don't go without your UBA card. UBA, Africa's global bank.
I am still here. Welcome back to Ellen Keister, the World Talk Show. With me, I have Emerica Karefa Kargbo. If you missed, make sure you watch on YouTube and just follow the page and you will get all the updates. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Okay, so now we talk about real estate and buying homes in America because, like I say, just people that get just different perception. But you're not the expert, and I'm happy you're talking about the opportunities. You were talking about, how you can be cashing out and things like that. So I would like for you to continue that conversation.
Well, just like I was saying earlier, you have to pay to stay somewhere. So what I'm encouraging people to do is pay to stay in your own home. 1, you get the tax breaks. 2, you get the appreciation. Then part of your monthly payment also goes towards your principal. So whenever you're ready to sell, you're definitely going to cash out.
Okay.
When you rent, if you don't pay for a month or 2, the landlord throws you out. That's it.
But that's what they also say about even your homes as well. Because, they say if you don't pay your mortgage, you tend to lose all the interest, all this stuff like that. Is that true?
Well, if you don't pay your mortgage, you get foreclosed for sure. But you have the time to sell the property if you can pay the mortgage. You can rent the property out. Someone else can be paid. Another fool who wants to rent can be paying your mortgage for you. Okay. You don't have to stay there permanently. There are a lot of people who've moved back home or moved back to where they're from, and their houses are there in the U.S. It's rented out. We manage it for them. They get their money in their bank accounts every month. That's fine. That's one way to build retirement funds.
Okay. So I know, of course, getting a house, your credit has to be on point. Another thing, I know somebody who was trying to buy a house, but the person was saying that, her income wasn't on a certain level. So these are also some of the issues. I know there's some, firms or institutions that try to help people with bad credit and things like that. Is that something you do?
I personally don't help with doing the credit the way they say they do it, because most of them, I think people have to beware scammers. You can do your credit for yourself. You can repair your credit yourself. When we moved to Sierra Leone, when I went back to America, I did not have the credit score I had today. I have today because I wasn't in the system for a while. Everybody can build their credit. You get free credit reports, you see what you owe, you clean it up. That I help people do if they have the time and the willingness to do it. I help them do that. There are lots of people I've helped where within 30 to 90 days their credits is cleaned enough, it's good enough where they can buy at a decent interest rate. So yes, we help that way, but we're not a credit repair company because most of those, like I say, I don't trust them.
Okay. So as a realtor, what's your percentage? Me, I let him on the pattern for new.
You see, well, in the U.S., we're not allowed to. There's no set percentage commission. There's a num around where you pay, but really it depends from different states, different companies. But legally, we can't say this is the percentage. You're supposed to negotiate it with your client.
So since you opened Emerica Homes, how many houses have you basically sold?
Oh, wow.
I watch you on Facebook. Wow. I see what you've been cashing out.
I need to count. I can't really count. I can't see off my head how many, but it's been a lot. It's been a lot. And the good thing, like I said, the feeling at the end of the day of helping people. Yes, I love money. Everyone who knows me knows I love money. But the way you feel at the end, I think it surpasses the amount you make. Especially people who never believed they could do it.
Right.
Yes, I've sold $1 million homes. I've sold $5 million homes.
Wow.
But the appreciation I get from the person who buys the $300,000, the $200,000 home is different because that person never even believed they can buy a house.
Okay. And then you were talking about Dubai. You just sold your first house in Dubai.
I just sold build my first house in Dubai. I had to
come on,
go.
Go Dubai.
You see,
I want to go to. Can I be your kid? Go to Dubai.
Like I said, I try to build everything around what I love. I love traveling. I love going to new places.
Yes.
I love exploring. So after being to Dubai for a few times, I can sell in different countries, in Europe, all over. But after going to Dubai for a few times, I'm like, I want to come here more often. Let me do something here that can pay for the trips.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you feel good about that.
I feel very good about it.
Well, I mean, I'm not sure about Sierra Leone. Are you licensed to operate in Sierra Leone as well? Because I know you said all countries in Europe and Africa. So what about Sierra Leone? Are you interested in trying to?
I am licensed to sell in Sierra Leone. It's funny, when I first moved back, my partner and I, a friend of mine, then Katib, we actually started a company here in Sierra Leone. What we struggled with, because he worked in the UK and I worked in the US in real estate for years before we came here, there were no systems in place.
Okay.
I like to work with systems in place. There were no systems. There were no rules and regulations. So it was so different. It was night and day that I decided I couldn't fit. Okay. I can't do well enough what I want to do in this environment.
Okay.
However, I help people who are out who, if they have properties they want to sell, if they want to buy and things like that, I'll help here and there and make sure they get good value for their properties. But I don't practice 100%.
100% here in Sierra Leone. So do you have offices in all these places, or it's just basically in America?
No, my main office is in McLean, Virginia. Okay. And here in Sierra Leone, I have an office in Shangri-La. Dubai, I signed up with Damak Properties, which is one of the largest developers in Dubai. Yeah. So.
Okay. Cool. So I'm going to go on a break soon, but when I come back, we're going to talk about Emerica, the wife, the mother, the traveler, the CEO, the chairman, the board of directors. Everybody. Then you got for shop in Nigeria, but I can't talk about it. So not going inside because I want you for being inspired. Even me sitting here, I'm inspired. Good work, because I'll be right back after this commercial break.
Hi, I am Leo, a super geek who's obsessed with artificial intelligence. I'm sure you're wondering how I got here.
Hi, Tony. It's been hard trying to find a quick way to send the cash across to you. The bank is quite far from where I stay.
Girl, I'm trying to call that pop-up shop I saw on IG. I need them shoes for a party this weekend.
Wait a minute. I can solve all these problems. All I have to do is get back to my geek zone and get cracking. That's how I created this great virtual solution. Chat with me on Facebook Messenger and experience a whole new world of banking solutions without going to the bank. Make transfers, buy airtime, get account statements, and more. After all, going to the bank is boring. Like, I can't drink this delicious coffee and fill a teller at the same time. Get it?
We're almost at the end of the show. Welcome back to Keister, the Real Talk Show. If you just walked in, trying to find out who that is, that's Emerica Karefa Kargbo. So say the other side, not go catch up, but you see Shangri-La, that big place in the beach, managing partner. Welcome back, Emerica. Welcome.
Thank you.
So before we went on the break, of course, the thing that I'm amused about and everything that you do is, like I said earlier, your wife, a mother, and then of course CEO of so many different companies, managing partner, director, all them positions that we don't want. It gets all side. And then she mentioned traveling. Well, all of that, I'm a big fan. Of course, she's like a big sister to me. I follow her posts on Facebook. The thing that, that she does as well, she makes time for family and friends. Yeah. How you go first from CEO to chairman? How you balance from CEO, chairman, board of directors? Besides, let me tell you, she's always in Nigeria as well. Why don't you take me to Nigeria? Let me start with that.
Come on, anytime.
So, what's in Nigeria before I get to that? What's in Nigeria anyways?
In Nigeria, I actually own a furniture store in Nigeria. I have an interior decorating business there and a furniture store. It's been there for 20 years. It's Recel International. Okay. It's in Wuse to Abuja. We've been there for about 20 plus years. Yeah.
So in other words, you spend, I'm assuming, I'm trying to calculate in my head. So it's more like 3 months in America, 3 months in Nigeria, 3 months in Syria. No, sorry, it's like 2 weeks. Because by the time I'm Emerica didn't sound, I don't go back to so Sierra Leone. I'm not counting Sierra Leone. And then now Dubai.
Yeah.
So you're not really in one place at all.
No, I mean, I'm not in one place, and I can't be in one place. You mentioned all these things, great things. I thank God I'm able to do all of that.
Right, and so it goes to like how you're able to balance all of this.
That's part of the reason I'm always in a plane, going somewhere. My kids are in the US going to school. I'm a mom. I'm a mom first. I'm a wife. Really, I couldn't do all of this without my husband and my kids.
Okay.
I say my husband is the wind beneath my wings.
Aww.
When I don't think I can do it, he believes I can do everything. He thinks I'm a superwoman. I mean,
I think you
really?
are too.
I mean, there are times when we all have the self-doubts, but he never seems to have any doubts when it comes to me. He believes I can do everything. So I try not to disappoint him and my siblings and my kids, because they all somehow, sometimes I look at myself, I'm like, really? But somehow they believe. And they've been right so far.
Right, and I know your kids graduated college.
Yes, my son graduated with his master's last year. My daughter is going to graduate in 2 weeks with her master's also. So I always say, no matter what, at least I've done something right.
You're definitely doing something right. And
the kids,
you're definitely doing something right.
Yeah. But I mean, really, with all of that going on, the reason for doing all of that is my family.
Okay.
My kids, my husband, my mom, my siblings, and my friends. I never leave my friends around, because there are times when they're the only ones that lift you up. You need them. You need the support system. Family is good. I love my family. I think I have the best. They baby me.
Yes.
They baby me.
I think so too.
They baby me. And so, yeah, I have a lot of support system around me. I don't take it for granted at all.
So in all of this, I know you've mentioned all of this, but when do you make time for Emerica?
Oh, that's another reason I travel a lot, because after probably being here for a month, and because everywhere I go, I give it my 100%. So while I'm here in Sierra Leone now, I'm working in Shangri-La, 12, 15-hour days, trying to make sure it's to the standard I want it to be. So once I leave here, probably I'm going to Switzerland with my daughter. That's going to be play.
Okay.
So I always try to make time. I love visiting new places. I love traveling. So whenever I travel, sometimes it's work, sometimes it's to unwind. I love swimming. I watch movies. My best time really is time spent with my kids, my friends, and my family. I love people around me. We're Virgos, you know what I mean. I love having people around me.
So do you wake up, one day and just be like, you know what, today I'm not doing nothing.
Oh, I have lots of those days. I have lots of those days where I'm like, I'm not going to do nothing. I'm just going to cuddle and watch movies with the kids. And I also have days, luckily for me, almost everything I do, I can do from anywhere in the world. Okay. There are days when I wake up, I'm like, I'm not leaving my bed. But my laptop, my office, my laptop and my phone will come to bed with me. So, yeah, I do take a lot of time for myself. Okay. Self-care is important. People have to take it seriously. Self-care is very, very important. Okay. I read a lot. It calms me down. My daughter is teaching me how to meditate, and
Right. Do you have time to exercise in the process?
Oh, yeah. I even joined the gym this time I'm here, and I went this way. Yeah, I do take time to exercise. I do. Yeah. Okay, cool. It's important. It's important.
No, I know it is, because, it's good to make time, because for me, how I see it, sometimes I do wake up, some mornings where you just don't want to do anything.
Exactly.
So hearing it from you, but then that thought comes into your mind like, oh no, get up, you have to do something, because you kind of feel like a loser for that minute, like today I just want to be a loser. Yeah. So when I hear it from other people, it's like, oh, I'm not the only one.
No, yeah.
And I'm not doing a lot like you're doing, and you still find time to do all of these things. Yeah. So, I mean, I know with everything everyone is doing, some challenges. Yeah. What would you say are some of your challenges? And what area in particular?
I mean, if there's anything I can change with my life, I would say would be having my family together.
Okay.
I have to fly to Sierra Leone to be with my husband. I have to fly back to America to be with my kids. But hey, I've tried to create a life around all of that because it is what it is. So, yeah.
Okay, cool. So if somebody's out there right now just watching, first of all, wants to be a real estate agent, because I like the part where you mentioned that your husband basically tells you that you can do it. Because sometimes you don't even feel like you can do it. So imagine others are going through it where this is impossible and things like that. But you achieving all the successes, what would you tell someone that wants to just do anything, like something that seems impossible?
Just believe you can do it.
Okay.
I mean, it's either you fail or you fly. So you have to choose every morning. I'm going to strive to fly, or I'm just going to sit here and fail.
Okay.
Yeah.
No. It's either you fail or you fly. You want to fly? Or you want to fail?
You have to do it.
But
in everything, though, you have to put the work in.
Of course.
Yeah, I mean, people say, oh, you get luck, you get luck. No. Luck is opportunity meets preparation.
Yeah.
If you're not prepared,
Right.
Because even if you get whatever, you can't sustain it, you can't maintain it if you don't put the work in.
If you don't put the work in. So definitely, I mean, the work is there, but at the same time, you have to make time for yourself, because it's about your mental health as well. Because sometimes you feel like you're doing so much, I'm pretty sure, you've lost some contract more than, let me say something where you feel like, okay, somebody's supposed to get a house and doesn't get it. How do you handle those disappointments?
In our job, that happens quite a lot. And sometimes, you're upset because you're losing the money, but you're also upset because people's lives depend on you. People have to move into their homes, or people have sold their homes and they need to find somewhere to go. It happens quite often, but we find a way to manage it. You pray, you meditate, and you keep going. Count the ones you can help and all. I think one of the things that has helped me so far, even though I think misunderstood a lot because of that, is like we started off my trials and tribulations through my health issues. I live life to the fullest every day. I do what I want to do. Luckily for me, I have a family and a husband that accepts that and allows me to do it. Like one thing I always tell my friends, they say, if you yam swite na for kobaram. No. If me yam swite are not for kobaram, I should put it out there so I can inspire other people. I can show the glory of God that He's doing in my life and that He's done in my life. And let other people have something to aspire to. I think that's part of our problems. There's not a lot of people you can look at to say, I want to be like that person. Because all man they cover yams.
Right, you're right.
No,
you're right.
I believe what God has destined for me, no one can take away from me. So I'm not scared to show it off. I'm not scared to put it out there. And I'm not scared to enjoy life. For me, every day is, how am I going to enjoy? How am I going to make the best of it?
And that's where you get judged.
That's where, because especially if you've been where you were told you might not make it to tomorrow, then you learn to treasure today.
Exactly. Well, you don't understand. You get to live life to the fullest. Besides all of it, we see how young people are dying. Every day you wake up, it's some really terrible news. And I'm like that. Maybe it's a Virgo thing. Everybody knows. I do me. Like, I enjoy life.
Exactly.
My sister, one of my friends always says, and anything will make you enjoy it. Because that's the way I see it, So you just got to make time. I mean, it is what it is. So don't, and it kobayam. So if you see on the post, is that you like, or you want to fail or you want to fly? I like that part. But anyways, before we go to the end of the show, I want you to be able to, especially our sisters over there who are hesitant. I know you've tried to encourage them in really investing into homes. But what would you advise, those out there? I mean, of course, you mentioned a little bit about fixing your credit and things like that. But more so, I think, is a paranoia or the idea of me want to get big O's or, it's different things. I grew up there, so I hear a lot. So the point, even me said, look and say, what's the points for bios? But honestly, being here, you actually don't change my mindset in that way because it's like, what's not the points? And people get easily carried away. And at the same time, you other people that always cost other people that will say, you don't know how many years bios, but they're not interested. But more so for that young girl, young couple, or family, you know, where they don't tell and say impossible and for do all of these things, what would you say, you know, your last words to them? How would you get them to keep it going? And of course, you have to give your handle if they want to do it, how to contact you as well.
I'll say take the first step.
Okay.
Even if you don't believe you can do it, take the first step. Let's try. Let's get things started. Sometimes, even when people don't believe, we show them that they can do it. We show them ways to do it. There's no reason anyone should be in the U.S. Without owning a property, really, because you can get even 0 down payments. You can walk into a home without any amount of money. The system is set in place. Let's leverage. Use other people's money to make money.
Right.
Either way, you're going to be paying rent. So down payment, closing costs, you can get all of those financed into the property. So to say, oh, I don't have money for down payment, no.
So,
talk to us.
That's really important because you think, you know, everybody thinks you need a certain amount. Like I said, somebody was talking about, oh, they said at least $40,000.
No.
Or 50, I forgot the figure.
For some you do.
Okay.
But that's why I said, start and we can show you the ways. It's not going to be fast, but there are ways to do it. There's money in the system to do it. Nothing is free. It's going to be financed. It's going to be, come from a government grant or something, but there are ways to do it. Another thing I see where I'm trying to help people is a lot of people own their homes, they stay in their homes, and they believe that's it.
Right.
They have thousands sitting in their 401k. That's not amounting to anything. It's not adding up. If you use those same funds and buy investment properties, you can add. I know people, I have colleagues who have 50, 100 properties.
Wow.
Other people are paying their mortgages. 80% of millionaires in America made all their money from real estate.
Okay.
So we don't need anything else. I had to study that. I had to understand that myself. Initially, when I started, it was just about, selling a house. No, it's not about just selling or just buying a house right now. It's about looking at it as a machinery to make money.
Okay. Well, I'm pretty sure, you know, they'll get it and see, you know, you can always reach out to Emerica.
Yeah.
What's your social media handle? What's your name on Facebook if they want to reach out to you?
It's easy. Emerica Homes. Instagram also is Emerica Homes. And my office is in McLean, Virginia.
Okay.
I'm sure people can find me.
So lastly, before we go, with all of this, what's the next big thing for Emerica?
I don't know.
Because with you,
I've been having some dreams about something happening soon. Okay. But I don't know. I can't put my finger to what it is.
But you're trying to put your thoughts around it.
Yes, put my thoughts around it and pray over it.
Of course, definitely.
Yeah, because like we said, we started with God. We're going to end with God.
All right. Thank you so much for coming here and sharing your story. Of course, you know, you have a fan here. You already know. And everything else. I wish you all the best and everything. Yes, I wish you all the best. Last year when we met America, so we planned to spend it together. We should. This year, right?
This year I'm going on a cruise. I'm going on a Mediterranean cruise.
We need to talk about that one because I need to be a part of it. But nobody leaves my set. You know, this gift, of course, sponsored by ACOT and Pro Sport.
Oh.
But yes, I have a special gift for you.
Thank you.
Don't feel bad,
gifts.
but I give it to certain people. So this is like an award for all the you know, all the good work that you're doing and everything else. But yeah, this is all for you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you. It's actually been a pleasure being here. It's actually been a pleasure. It's good to support a sister.
Yes,
and
definitely.
keep doing what you're doing. It's quite impressive.
All right.
I mean, when I walked in, I was quite impressed.
You were like,
quite impressed.
So, but we don't talk so. That next deal we decide for this talk we don't talk so. Me the PA forget percentage. I'm just kidding. I mean, it's been fun. It's been really great.
Thank
and
you.
I don't want to go, but I've got to go. I've been your host today, Keister. Till next week. Bye.
Bye-bye.